one story there was in Los Angeles, and it was walking by the kitchen. Next to the kitchen was a room where they would prepare, cut up things, make the dough, whatever. There was no cooking, but the preparation was going on. So it was a big festival, and many people were in there, including some guests. Prabhupada is just walking by, and he glances in the window, and then he stops. He said, there are some ladies in there without kunti mala, and they're preparing. That is not good. Go get them, and they must wear kunti mala. Get them kunti mala. So that was quite clear that, if we're going to be engaged even in the preparation, not necessarily the cooking, that this kunti mala was important. And on other occasions, he was seeing devotees without tilak, so he was, commenting, where is this tilak, So, I've mentioned earlier Jayananda, so you're familiar who Jayananda is. He was, we call him our first ISKCON saint because Srila Prabhupada personally said that we should observe one on the day of his disappearance. We should observe, he said, just like we do with regular Vaishnava saints. He wrote this in a letter to Rameshwar. Jayananda was a truly humble soul, and he was beloved by everyone, whoever met him. The big stern government officials to the nobody, so-called nobody devotee, everybody loved him. He made everybody feel special, everybody feel important, and he could engage anybody in Krishna's service in just a wonderful way. He received an inheritance from his grandparents, and without even thinking, he handed it to Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said, no, it was given to you, He says, I wouldn't know what to do with it. You will know how to use it. I want you to take this. It was $5,000, which was a fair amount at that time in the late 60s. So Prabhupada, at his insistence, accepted, and it went to, can't remember, it's the Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, or Nectar of Devotion. Anyway, it went to printing one of the books, and Prabhupada went,
I think it was Nectar.
Yeah, I think Nectar of Devotion. Prabhupada was so grateful to him, both, more so for his wonderful attitude, but also, that he gave like that, and allowed that allowed the book to be printed. So Jayananda, he had an early death. He was in his late 30s, and he passed due to leukemia, a form of cancer. So, devotees, we're thinking, here's our family, meeting the other devotees, the people, that were around. And we weren't so sensitive that, there's other family members connected with devotees that, Jayananda had other family members. And, Jayananda's gone and that's it. We weren't thinking of reaching out to other family members. And one devotee was keeping some contact with his mother, but then the mother moved around, the contact was lost. So that's, 30 more than, because he left before Prabhupada, a long time ago. In August of 2008, there was a young woman who joined the temple in Boulder, Colorado. Not even a temple, it's just somebody's apartment, and they have programs there. She was in her early 30s. She took initiation from Chandramali Swami, and she received the name Kalindi. She was a hospice nurse. So she used to, hospice means the person is going to depart fairly quickly. So when she'd go about her job, when the family wasn't around, the other nurses weren't around, she'd be chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in these people's ear, because they were going to leave soon. She kept with her some holy water and some tulsi leaves, in case, she had the opportunity to offer. There was this one lady, she was somehow attracted by her, this lady, and the lady was a little conscious, and she seemed to like the chanting. So, one day, as she was getting ready to go to work, she literally heard a voice within telling her, put on tilak. And she goes, what is this, you know? And she starts to leave the house and put on tilak. Now, she always wore her neck beads, but she's going to work in this hospital. She wasn't wearing tilak. But twice she heard that voice, so she went in and she put on tilak. She said, okay, I'm going to work in tilak. So the first patient she had was that lady, the first patient that day. She opened the door of the room, she looks in, and the family was all there. That meant it was time to go. So she's standing in the doorway, and they turn and they see her, and they're... And then the daughter goes, are you one of them? Are you one of them? Just my brother Jim was one of them. And last night, I was praying to him for a sign, and now you're here. And then the brother, he goes, last week I was in South Africa, in Johannesburg, and there was a big festival and a big cart, colorful cart going down the street, and on the front of the cart was my brother's picture.
Wow.
It was Jayananda's mother, and this was his brother and sister. So you just see how grateful Krishna is to his devotees. The devotees forgot about this family. Krishna did not forget about this family. And we are assured that if we become devotees, that our family members, 10 in the past, 10 in the future, whatever the number is, they will also be covered. They will also receive Krishna's mercy.